Now you can go inside that room, and because it was a room that was used as a bedroom or whatever, it has the wall covering on it, which is half-inch drywall. But it's all insulated, and you see all the hole in the bottom and hole on the top, right? And they put a little styrofoam plug in there. Now you go to each stud, which is 16 inches on center. I would mark it on the floor where that stud is, so you can see where the center of each stud is on the floor. You can get a stud finder that finds that stud for you. Then you put rubber down each, just staple it onto the drywall on top of each stud, putting a slip of rubber, vinyl, tubing, any kind of material like that. Then you come back with 5/8 drywall and put that next layer of wall on top of that rubber and screw it in. Do the same thing to the ceiling. It's a huge undertaking, but not all that expensive to do this way. All right, so now what you've got is you've got your insulated wall and your insulated ceiling, and you've got rubber on all of the joists and on the studs, and you've put another layer of 5/8 drywall on. If after you insulate the ceiling and the wall, try out the noise that you're going to make in that room to see if that is sufficient. It might be sufficient for whatever your circumstance is. If it's sufficient, you're done. If it's not, if you need more, at that point, try to envision with your ear, is this going to take one layer, or am I going to need to put 2 more layers of wall on? Because to really isolate that room as best as you can is to put the rubber on the initial drywall that's already on the wall, put a 1/2-inch soundboard layer on top of that. It's that compressed cardboard stuff that you can kind of break even, 4x8 sheets on the ceiling and the walls, and mud it and tape the soundboard, meaning you're going to tape each seam so that it seals the crack. And you're going to seal the crack between the ceiling and the wall. Now you've got 1/2-inch soundboard on top of the rubber, which is sitting on top of your 1/2-inch drywall that was initially on the wall. Now you come back with a 5/8 layer of drywall, alter the seams so that you do not have a seam on top of a seam. I like to put liquid nail on the soundboard and put the drywall on that liquid nail, which is a glue, and then screw it into the wall. And what I've created now is one piece of material this thick. So what you're doing is mass. You've got your initial 1/2-inch drywall, your rubber, and then your 1/2-inch soundboard and your 5/8 drywall, boom, sandwiched together in one big mass, and your base frequencies are not going to move it. So now what you've done, walls and ceiling, is you've isolated this room from the outside, and from the outside from coming into this room.